Hello, and welcome back to another episode of Sports TINGZ with me, Brandon Beasley. I do believe this is episode 15? Yes, episode 15. I know it's been a while, whatever. I will address the elephant in the room. I cut all my hair off, blah blah blah. We're gonna move right past it because who gives a fuck? We're here to talk about sports, not my hair. Who cares about my hair? Not me. We're here to talk about sports. And what's awesome is sports. Because they are so unpredictable. It is fucking ridiculous. NFL football has been crazy this year. I've heard a lot of people say that they haven't liked it because of how unpredictable it is, but I think that's kind of the exact reason why I like it. I don't know how different my opinion is from most people, because I assumed before I had heard those things that everybody was like, yo, this is crazy. Like, I didn't expect any of this to happen. Like, yeah, this is fucking awesome, but apparently not. But who am I to judge? Some guy sitting in a room, whatever. What I will say is I was pretty impressed by one. This is being recorded on the day of, it's Monday, November 14th. The Washington Commanders just beat the undefeated Philadelphia Eagles 32-21. The score's a little The game was much closer. They did the whoop-de-woo, and Washington picked it up and scored at the very end. Whatever. But the Eagles turned the ball over. I think that, how many times did they turn it over? Jalen Hurts threw a pick. And then, hold on, I'm sorry. It's not gonna show it? Oh, Quez Watkins fumbled and lost. Devontae Smith fumbled and lost. Dallas Goedert fumbled, lost. Dallas Goedert, they should have thrown a flag on the face mask on Dallas Goedert. That's kind of bullshit, especially when the head ref is calling it out that they should have thrown the flag on the play, but they're reviewing the play, but they can't call a penalty that they saw while reviewing the play but missed during the play because the NFL rules is who fucking knows. It's kind of dumb, but whatever. Kind of screwed Philly in the end, but also you shouldn't be fumbling the ball 3 times. I mean, yeah, it's wild. Props to fucking Washington though. Even though he's not a Super Bowl winning quarterback, like, he's not a quarterback, I don't think, at least not yet, a quarterback you can have on a Super Bowl winning team. Taylor Heineke, I love watching this dude. He is gritty. His numbers are 17, 29, 211, didn't throw a touchdown and threw a pick, was sacked 3 times, but the way he just fights for everything, for every yard, plays every down like he may never play again. He also fumbled and lost it, but we're gonna just kind of breeze right past that. Yeah, I love watching Taylor Heineke. And Terry McLaurin is just a monster. 8 catches, 128 yards. And then the running back, Brian Robinson, 26 carries, 86 yards, and a tud. That's really good for him, especially coming off the whole getting shot shit. Antonio Gibson, bored, but whatever. And yeah, Washington played that game basically to perfection. I mean, obviously no game's going to go exactly how you want it to, but they went in with the game plan to keep the Eagles offense off the field as much as possible. They did that. And when the Eagles offense was on the field the few times, they turned it over. 3-4 times, whatever. And I mean, that there's nothing more you can ask for. If you still find a way to lose that game, then I mean, I don't know what else you can really ask for from your team. At the end of the game, it was funny because they were asking everybody, whose team is this? Like, is this going to be Carson Wentz's team? And if I'm Ron Rivera, there is zero way that I look at Taylor Heineke and say, son, you're just not good enough. We're going to play this guy. We're going to play this guy, Carson Wentz. The guy who probably shouldn't even be on an NFL team, honestly. Carson Wentz is bad. Every decision he makes is panicked and just bad. That's all there is to it. So, yeah. I mean, those are my thoughts on that game. I'm very happy for, and at the end of what am I trying to say? Sorry. After the game, they showed Ron Rivera trying to talk to the team afterwards or whatever, and he literally couldn't get a word out. He was crying because of how happy he was. Like that, I feel like Ron Rivera is a guy that I would like to play for. I don't know exactly. I'm also not a football player. Whatever. But yeah. And then that was Monday. We're gonna go over the rest of the NFL from Sunday. I mean, Tampa Bay, Seattle, don't care that much about that game. Tampa Bay won. Woody Woo's in Germany, Woody Woo. Tom Brady, Woody Woo. Fuck Tom Brady. If you are expecting somebody to come talk about Tom Brady 24/7, this is not the place this is not the podcast you want to watch, because I hate him. I've expressed that multiple times, and honestly, I'm quite done talking about him. I am. Denver, God, they are in some trouble. 3-6, they lost 17-10 to the Tennessee Titans. Mike Vrabel, probably the best coach in the league, not named Bill Belichick right now. To me, it's him and Mike Tomlin. Those are the people that are directly below Bill Belichick. It's them two. And then there's a couple other coaches in there, but Mike Vrabel is a great coach, and it shows every year. Derrick Henry had 19 carries for 53 yards. Nothing crazy, but Ryan Tannehill actually, 19 for 36, 255, 2 tuds. That's not what I'm saying whoa to. Some guy I've never heard of in my life. Nick Westbrook, not even going to attempt to say his name, had 5 catches, 119 yards, and 2 tuds. Good shit. Good shit, guy I've never heard of. I mean, the Tennessee Titans are a team that you can expect to be fighting in the playoffs every year just because of their head coach. That team, it's such a cliche to say, like, the team takes on the personality of the coach, but the Tennessee Titans are that. That is exactly what is going on there. And Braves is an Ohio fuck in terms of, or in some other people's words, and that's not a bad thing in any way. He just knows what he's doing, and I love watching it. I really do. Denver Broncos are in some serious trouble. Russell Wilson is absolute and complete dog shit. He has no help with running backs. I mean, Latavius Murray had the most carries on their team. Can't do anything about that. Courtland Sutton, he's good, but I mean, Russ is just blowing ass, honestly. The Miami Dolphins fucking boat race the Cleveland Browns, obviously. Tua 25 of 32, 285, 3 tuds. Fucking dog. Jeff Wilson had 17 carries, 119 yards, and a touchdown. That is awesome. I did not expect to be reading that right there. Jeff Wilson is so good, dude. It's crazy. Jalen Waddle had 4 catches. Tyreek Hill had 5. Tyreek Hill had a tud. I mean, Jacoby Brissett, 22 of 35, 212 and a tud. That's a very Jacoby Brissett stat line right there. Nick Chubb, 11 rushes, 63 yards and a tud. I made a statement on an Overreaction Monday that I appeared on for this network. I think it was 3-4 games into the season, and I was pushing to saying that the Miami Dolphins will be going to the Super Bowl, and I'm here to say that I stand by that statement. The Miami fucking Dolphins are going to the goddamn Super Bowl. Mike McDaniel, I almost forgot his name. Mike McDaniel is a fantastic coach that is taking the league by storm right now. I think he's just going to keep getting better. Tua is finally playing with confidence for the first time in God knows how long. And they've got the two fastest receivers and two fastest people probably in the fucking league on the outside. And that team is just built on speed. And Tua knows exactly what he's doing. And he knows exactly what he needs to do in order for them to be successful. And 7-3 is a fucking good start. Mark this. Again, this is me updating my Dolphins Super Bowl prediction that I still believe here in week 10 just ended. Going into week 11, I still believe that the Miami Dolphins are going to the fucking Super Bowl, baby. I do. I really do. A game that I actually enjoyed watching, even though it was two shitter teams, because the Pittsburgh Steelers suck and the New Orleans Saints suck. But Pittsburgh went and got a win. They didn't go anywhere because they was at home, but they got a win, 20-10. It's never pretty with this Steelers team, especially this year. Kenny Pickett was 18-30 for 199 yards. No tuds, no picks. He was sacked 6 times because our offensive line is still fucking dog shit. I don't know if you guys have been watching any Steelers football, but from the beginning of the season, you remember how our offensive line, they're pretty bad. We were like, oh, this offense can't really do anything because this offensive line can't protect. Yeah, you'd think they'd at least get a little better. They haven't. Our offensive line is fucking bad. They're going to continue to be bad, and at this point in the season, I don't think there's really anything we can do about it. Especially since the trade deadline's over. If there was somebody better in free agency, I hope we would have already went and got him. So we're just going to have to ride it out with these shitheads. And pray Kenny Pickett doesn't die before the season ends. But Najee Harris had his best game to date. Everybody was saying how Najee Harris has lost. It kind of seemed like he had lost it this year. Didn't really seem like he was running like he ran last year. Blah, blah, blah. I'm fully blaming it on our offensive line, and there's nothing more you can do. There's nothing you can do to convince me different. Holy shit, I can't speak English. There's nothing you can do full reset. There's nothing you can do to convince me differently that our offensive line is the whole reason. Well, not the whole reason, because our offensive coordinator is also fucking cheeks. Matt Canada goes and picks a different high school offense to run every week, it seems like. I hate it. But enough of the Steelers. Actually, I'm going to run through the stats. Najee had 20 carries, 99 yards. Best game of this season. George Pickens, he only had 3 catches. He did have 2 carries. I mean, every time that man touches the ball, something electric happens, and I'm here for it. Whether it's Kenny at quarterback or not, I think George Pickens is going to be a receiver for us for a long time. And I think we made a great decision drafting him. I think he was a first-round talent that we got. I think he may be the best receiver in the draft, and we got him in the 2nd round. It's fucking awesome. But enough about Pittsburgh. I don't know who cares about New Orleans is bullshit. Probably the best game of my lifetime happened in terms of the Minnesota Vikings and the Buffalo Bills. I mean, Kirk Cochain's, it wasn't pretty in any way. Nobody played good, really. Besides, well, in terms of quarterback, nobody really played good. Both defenses, I mean, both defenses played an offense that is very high caliber scoring. So you don't expect them to hold them to nothing all game. So the points make sense. But Kirky Cousins was 30 of 50 for 357, a tud, and 2 picks. Dalvin Cook ran for 14 rushes, 119 yards. That's 8.5 per carry. That's really good. And a tud. Kirk even had 6 carries for 12 yards. I mean, Justin Jefferson had the best catch of the year easily. And I don't remember what quarter it was, but old Kirky Cousins threw it up there. And it would look like it was going to be picked. And full extension, I can't even get into frame. Full extension, like this, basically. Justin Jefferson, the ball is here. the other defender is like here, basically. Justin Jefferson just rips it from him. Catch. Like, best double coverage, it was ridiculous. He had 10 catches, 193 yards, and a tud. He might be best receiver in the league already. Justin Jefferson might be best receiver in the league right now. That ass. Might be. I don't know if you guys are ready for that conversation. But Justin Jefferson might be best receiver in the league right now. Crazy. TJ Hawkinson had 7 catches, 45 yards. He has came in and he's fit into this offense perfectly. Apparently, Kirk Cousins said that an offense that took him like a very long time to learn took TJ Hawkinson literally 4 days, and he had the entire playbook down in 4 days. Insane. Yeah, but he just came in and just fit right in, seamlessly. Jesus Christ, I cannot speak English. It's fun to see. In terms of Buffalo, I mean, Josh Allen, I don't want to be the one to say this. Is Josh Allen not clutch though? Like, it just always seems like Josh Allen is the one losing these big games. I'm not putting the sole blame on Josh Allen in any way, shape, or form, but you know how it is when we talk about quarterbacks. Ultimately, Josh Allen has lost, like, I think they said like 4 overtime, his last 4 overtime games. I mean, that's when you step up and prove that you are worth all the money that they're paying you and all that stuff. And for some reason, he just doesn't come up. He just doesn't come up in the, now, I'm going to say more times than not, right, in recent history. Hindsight's 2020, whatever. We live in a very much of a what have you done for me lately world. And in terms of Josh Allen, what have you done for me lately? The last 4 overtime games you have lost. That is concerning in terms of wanting to win a Super Bowl, because if we get down and we want to go to you, how much confidence, one, are you going to have in yourself because of the previous overtime games that we've lost? And how much confidence in, if I'm a coach and me as a coach, am I going to have in you? Who knows? Now, it's Josh fucking Allen, so I assume, one, he's going to have all the confidence in the world. And 2, Sean McDermott is not going to be like, oh, I don't know, you lost your last 4 overtime games. But for us, it's something to think about. It just is. It's something to keep a watch for, because I think there's a chance that this possibly comes back to bite them in the playoffs. If it doesn't, I'd be happy, honestly. But if it does, we may have to start asking that question. That'd be like 3 years in a row, 2 years in a row. Josh Allen, I don't know. I don't know exactly where I'm going. I'm going to move on. Either way, that was a fantastic fucking game. I'll go over Buffalo stats just to. Josh Allen was 29 of 43 for 330, a tud and 2 picks. He was sacked twice. Josh Allen ran the ball 6 times for 84 yards. Devin Singletary had 13 carries, 47 yards, and 2 tuds. Stephon Diggs, another great receiver in the league. I love watching Stephon Diggs play. He has 12 catches, 128 yards. Gabe Davis, 6 catches, 93 yards, and a tud. Minnesota, man, they just find ways to win. I've been saying this all year. With that new coach, I don't know, they just click. They just click. Everybody knows exactly what's happening. They are all on the same page at all times, it seems like. And again, this wasn't the best Kirk Cousins game, but again, like I've said multiple times, Kirk Cousins is a mid quarterback. If you can win big games like this when Kirk Cousins is being a mid quarterback, imagine if you catch Kirk Cousins on a day when he's not being mid and he's playing good, and against one of these big teams. That's Super Bowl potential. That's potential Super Bowl winning play by Kirk Cousins. And I don't know. These Vikings, they're very fun to watch. Justin Jefferson, like I just said, could possibly be the best receiver in the league. That defense flies around. Patrick Peterson, a guy that I thought was washed up, fucking should have retired 3-4 years ago, out here making plays, picking the ball off to seal it. That was nuts. The Giants won. I didn't even know the Giants played. The Giants are 7-2. Good for them. Daniel Jones. Looks like they're still doing the same kind of shit. Oh my goodness. Obviously I didn't watch this game. Saquon Barkley had 35 rushes, 100 for 152 yards and a touchdown. That is insane. It's so nice to see Saquon come back and be successful at the level that he was before he got hurt for a while. That's good to see. Kansas City went in, handled business against Jacksonville. Trevor Lawrence, 29-40, 259, 2 tuds. Travis Etienne. I'm an idiot. 11 carries, 45 yards, whatever. Christian Kirk, 9 carries, 105 yards, 2 tuds. Still overpaid, but Patrick Mahomes, 26 completions on 35 attempts for 331, 4 tuds and a pick. Isaiah Pacheco is nice. He runs hard every time. He had 16 carries, 82 yards. Travis Kelce, 6 catches, 81 yards, tud. MVS, 3 catches, 60 yards, a tud. Tony had 4 catches, 57 yards, and a tud. It is, come playoff time, watching the Kansas City Chiefs, you're not going to be able to stop all of their receivers. It's nuts. They got weapons everywhere. They don't stop getting weapons. It's crazy. Kadarius Toney is just putting it over the edge almost. The Indianapolis Colts with fucking Jeff Saturday, baby, went in to Vegas and beat the fucking pussy-ass Raiders. Oh, sorry. They went in and beat those pussy-ass Raiders, man. I mean, this fucking Indianapolis Colts team is literally a movie, okay? They bench Matt Ryan kind of because he's hurt. Start Sam Ehlinger. Have fucking -2 offensive yards in the first quarter of the game last week. And fire their coach, hire a guy from outside of the building as interim head coach. Restart Matt Ryan. Matt Ryan goes 21 of 28 for 222 and a tud. All of a sudden, a center who played for the Colts for 18 years comes in, fucking whips that offensive line right into fucking shape, bro. Jonathan Taylor, 22 carries, 147 yards and a tud. That is the MVP Jonathan Taylor that we saw from last year that we hadn't really seen this year because that offensive line had been playing like dog shit. The highest paid offensive line was playing like the worst offensive line. And it was nuts. Frank Wright is showing more and more how much of a fucking bum Frank Wright was, obviously. And then the Raiders, like, if you're the Raiders, there is zero way you allow yourself to lose this game. Zero. Derek Carr, 24-38, 248, 2 tuds, average. Josh Jacobs, 21 carries, 78 yards a tud. I would almost say that's bad. 3.7 a carry, not great. Devontae Adams, 9 catches, 126 yards, and a tud. Now, Devontae Adams had over a third of the catches and almost over half the yards. That's nuts. Yeah, the fucking Raiders suck. That's all I can say. I don't have anything crazy to say about that game. Now, this game, the Dallas Cowboys go into Lambeau Field and take on the Green Bay Packers. And honestly, my thoughts going into that game was Dallas was going to absolutely boat race them. They were just going to run up and down the field with that team. And I thought I honestly thought this could be a game where Aaron Rodgers loses his fucking mind on the sideline. Loses his mind. Just goes absolutely berserk and just starts cussing out everyone. And it's a big deal and all that. But, on contrary, I don't even know. They let Dallas come into Lambeau and Aaron Rodgers put on an Aaron Rodgers-like performance. 14 of 20, 224, 3 tuds. That's very Aaron Rodgers-like. Aaron Jones had 24 carries for 138 yards and a touchdown. Aaron Jones is the best player on that Packers team. I understand Aaron Rodgers making $50 million, one of the greatest quarterbacks ever. Some people say he's the best starter in football, whatever. Aaron Jones right now is the best player on that Packers team. It is so insane watching that man play football. He's not super big, but he runs like he's big, and he's fast he's so fast, and it looks like he's just walking by these guys, almost. I love watching Aaron Jones play football, bro. I do. A.J. Dillon, 13 carries, 65 yards. The 1-2 punch of them, too. A.J. Dillon is literally just a fucking battering ram. You just fucking... Just send A.J. Dillon straight through the fucking middle of the goddamn defensive line. Nuts. Christian Watson finally decided he wanted to be a fucking wide receiver. He had 4 catches. 4, okay? 4 catches, 107 yards, 3 tuts. 3. As soon as a receiver starts playing like he knows what the fuck is going on, the Packers offense looks great. That offense looked great against a Dallas defense, which is a very good defense. Christian Watson, 4 catches, 107 yards, 3 tuds. Sammy Watkins, 3 catches. Allen Lazard, 3 catches. Allen Lazard had a big 30-something yard catch down the field to help get them into field goal range in overtime for them to kick the game-winning field goal. Great. I was so happy to see the Packers win because a lot of people don't like Aaron Rodgers. I think Aaron Rodgers is a very interesting human being, and so I like listening to what he has to say about things. And I've grown to be a fan of him, so watching him win football games is always fun. Dak Prescott, 27 of 46, 265, 3 tuds, 2 picks, got sacked twice. Tony Pollard needs to be the number 1 running back on Dallas. Zeke, I don't know what happened to Zeke. He's not the same guy he was when he got paid. If you want to keep him on the team, fine. Make him the number 2 and let Tony Pollard get the majority of the carries. 22 carries, 115 yards and a touchdown, averaging 5.2 a carry. That is great numbers. Great numbers for Tony Pollard. CeeDee Lamb had 11 catches, 150 yards and 2 tuds. Dalton Schultz had 6 catches, 54 yards and a tud. CeeDee Lamb 11 for 150 and 2 tuds. That's number 1 receiver numbers right there. And I don't know if we've always seen number 1 receiver type games from CeeDee Lamb. So that is very promising to see from him. The Cardinals, I didn't really watch this game because Kyler Murray didn't play. Colt McCoy, 26 of 37, 238 and a tud. D-Hop did D-Hop things. The Rams, I'm not sure. I think the Rams are dead. I do. I think that them signing all these old guys, thinking they're going to go win a Super Bowl every year is catching up to them. They trade all the draft picks. Yeah, whatever. I think that this is just going to be... I think they might have a down couple years. They won the Super Bowl like they intended, and they're paying for it. And then the Sunday night game, the 49ers and the Chargers. I do not know what is wrong with the Chargers. Every time I think that the San Diego Chargers are going to take a step forward as a team and show that they are one of the elite teams in the league, it seems like they just stall out. Very odd. It's very odd. Justin Herbert was 21 of 35, 196, a tud and a pick. Austin Eckler, who seems like he's guaranteed to score at least 2 touchdowns every game, had 6 carries for 24 yards, nothing. Highest receiver had 64 yards. I mean, it just seems like some games they can't do anything. And then in terms of San Francisco, I mean, they are just a machine. Jimmy Garoppolo, 19 for 28, 240. That's exactly what... Those are numbers you want from Jimmy G. If he doesn't throw any touchdowns, who gives a fuck? They got crazy running backs. Elijah Mitchell, 19 carries, 89 yards. Christian McCaffrey, 14 for 38 and a tud. That's not great, but oh well. Brandon Ayuk had 6 catches, 84 yards. George Kittle only had 1 catch, but George Kittle always impacts the game in blocking. Yeah, in terms of this football season, I've really enjoyed watching like the Bills Vikings type games. I was out on the Packers, but I was like, they're playing the Cowboys, so we'll see what happens. And They surprised me, so I'm back in on the Packers. I'm in on the Cowboys. I'm not in on the Steelers by any means, but I will always be watching the Steelers. What other teams? We're at 5. I'm very interested in the Titans. And the Chiefs are always good. I'm interested in the Colts because of what the fuck's going on. And the Eagles, they're great. 10 teams. I think I've honestly cut this football season right now to 10 teams. Those are the teams that I mainly have been watching. Those are the teams I've mainly been keeping up with. And so those are the teams those are the teams I'm mainly going to talk about. Now, with that being said, I skipped completely over a game somehow. The Detroit Lions and the Chicago Bears had probably one of the best shitter games of all time. Justin Fields is every single week, Justin Fields is looking more and more like a great quarterback. And I love to see it because I wanted Justin Fields to be good when he was coming out. And at the beginning of this year, I said it on this podcast, he was looking like a running back trying to play quarterback, and it wasn't doing great. Now, his throwing is still but it's clearly improved. And when he gets out in space, man, Justin Fields is special. Justin Fields is special out in space. It is fun to watch. When Detroit went to Chicago, Justin Fields was 12 of 20 for 167, 2 tuds, and a pick. Fine. Now, when you add those numbers, 12 of 20, 167, 2 tuds, and a pick. Not great. Now, when you add this on top of it, the 13 carries for 147 yards and 2 touchdowns, that adds a whole nother level to your offense that is so hard to stop and account for. And I love to see it. I do. So, 10, 11 teams. I'm not going to really watch the Bears that much, but I'll probably keep up with how Justin Fields is doing. Yeah, so that's... There's about 10 teams I'm really interested in. 10 to 12, because I also think that Seattle is going to just continues to surprise people. Even though I said their game wasn't interesting, it's because they're playing Tom Brady, and fuck Tom Brady, they lost. If they would have beat him, I would have danced on Tom Brady's grave once again. But he got to win, so as me being me, I'm just going to kind of not talk about it. Let's... Any other football stuff right now that I need to talk about? I don't think so. Cooper Kupp is still hurt. Still, in the game versus the Cardinals, Cooper Kupp had a high ankle sprain. If I had to take a guess, that means Cooper Kupp is going to be out 6 to 8 weeks. If I had to guess. I'm not a doctor by any means, obviously, but 6 to 8 weeks maybe. Nothing else crazy, I don't think. There are a couple basketball things I want to say, and then maybe a couple college football things I want to say. Actually, there's not much college football I want to say, but there is some basketball stuff I want to talk about. Now, I haven't watched a lot of basketball by any means. I have watched some. And I have watched highlights of games. And now, the first thing I want to say, we are going to start here because this guy is the only guy that really matters on this team right now because this team's absolutely trash. And I understand that we are only, how many games in right now? We are only 14 games into the season. But Paolo Banchero is him. He's not going to be him. He's not almost him. He is fucking him. Paolo Banchero is that motherfucking dude. He is a grown-ass man playing with little boys, and he's only 19. Okay, hold on. Oh my gosh. Okay. Oof. Hold on. No. In terms of basketball, he is just a grown man. I can't believe I said that. Anyway, Paolo Banchero is him. Himothy, the greatest. King Himothy the Third. whatever you want to fucking call him. Not a pedophile because he didn't deserve that anyway. Fuck. But, yeah, Paolo Banchero is him. Like, he's just got it all right now. I'm just going to take a look at what he's done. He is hurt right now, which kind of puts a damper on things. But this season so far, he's played 11 games. He's averaging 23.5 points a game, 3.6 rebounds, or 3.6 assists, 8 rebounds. Shooting 46% from the field, 26 from 3, and 77 from the free throw line. That 3-point shot is but it's okay. 1, the season's early. 2, he's young as fuck, so his jump shot will come as the years go by. And they're not making the playoffs this year anyway because the Orlando Magic fucking stink. So, I only care in terms of this, I only care about the individuality of Paolo Banchero because he is from Duke and we produce nothing but fucking studs in the NBA. I'm flexing for Duke because we are the shit. I don't give a fuck what you guys got to say about it. Fuck you. Fuck you. Because Duke is the shit. At all times. I don't know what I'm doing. I don't know. Deal with it. That's all I can say, honestly, at this point. But, yeah, that's all I want to say about the Magic, because the Magic suck. I will say, also, in terms of players being amazing, Jason Tatum has found a way to take another step up. Another step up. He took a step up from the regular season last year to the playoffs. And then he took a step up from the playoffs to the beginning of this season. And it is incredible to watch. I mean, as of right now, 13 games in, he's averaging 32.3 points, 7 rebounds, 4 assists, on 50% field goal, 50% from the field, 39% from 3, and 87% free throws. That is nuts. Absolutely nuts. 50% from the field and almost 40% from the three-point line. Those are MVP type shooting percentages. 32.3 points a game. We can live with that. Okay? He's turning the ball over 2.5 times. That's not terrible. Averaging 1.3 blocks. That's great. He's good on D. He's a great defender, honestly. We saw that in the playoffs. And I love it. Another example of Duke taking over the motherfucking NBA. I'm flexing for no reason. I'm not even really flexing, but whatever. Yeah, Jason Tatum has taken another step up that I expected him to get better from the playoffs to this season. I did not expect it to be this far of a leap this quick because he could get better from now to the end of the regular season and then even take more like who knows what his ceiling is. Unlimited right now in terms of how good Jason Tatum can get, and I'm here for it. I am fucking here for it. And him and Jaylen Brown, arguably best duo in basketball right now. But that's a different conversation for a different time. What else? That was the only Boston thing I wanted to talk about. I'm sorry. Give me just a second. Oh. Cleveland. The Cleveland Cavaliers. I know I just said best duo of all time, but I think that the Cleveland Cavaliers right now, 13, 14, 15 games into the regular season, I think the Cleveland Cavaliers have a strong argument for best backcourt duo in the league right now. In terms of Darius Garland and Donovan Mitchell, like, I mean, what game? When is this? Yesterday, November 13th, the Cavs lost to Minnesota, and Donovan Mitchell didn't play, but Darius Garland dropped 51, and he is a pass-first point guard. He likes to get people involved. Darius Garland is what you would consider a traditional, true point guard. And he went and dropped 51. 51. That is craziness. I wish I could find I don't know how long Donovan Mitchell's hurt. But the thing is, Donovan Mitchell is the scorer of the two, and the guy whose main thing isn't even scoring goes and drops 51. Donovan Mitchell's a stud. Karis LeVert's a stud. I know I was talking about best backcourt, but I don't know exactly where I'm going with this. I just wanted to make that clear statement that right now I think that they have one of the best, if not the best, backcourt duo in the entire NBA. Statement made. Don't fucking question me on it because whatever. Actually, you can question me on it all you want. I may have a response, I may not, but fuck it. The Lakers. The Lakers. We had an Anthony Davis sighting. Even though the Lakers are doomed to all depths of hell this season, we had an Anthony Davis sighting. And I love the fucking fact that it was against the Brooklyn Nets, by the way. They played the Brooklyn Nets. They won 116-103. LeBron did not play. AD had 37 and 18. No blocks, whatever. 37 and 18. This was an Anthony Davis that I had almost written off completely offensively because it seemed like he had no interest in scoring the basketball. Anthony Davis seemed like he had no interest in putting his body on anybody. The only thing he really wanted to do was take spot-up jump shots, and if they didn't go in, he didn't really care because he wasn't getting hurt. This Anthony Davis, this 37 and 18 Anthony Davis, this is good. If he can keep this momentum going when LeBron comes back and we slowly keep getting into the season, if we can keep fighting, because LeBron is just going to do what LeBron does. He's still the fucking GOAT. And he's going to average at least 25, 30 points a game this year. That's just a fact. And with that, and if Russell Westbrook keeps playing good off the bench, leading that bench squad, because without him, I think that bench squad may possibly... I mean, this has been said. We have the worst 3 through 10 in the league. We have LeBron, AD, and then the worst roster in the league. Easy. No shooting still. So, I don't think this is a playoff team in any way. We play great defense sometimes. But I think it'd be so much better to watch if Anthony Davis is putting these numbers up and playing this hard every game. That's all I can say. I still wish we could find a way to get rid of Russ. Doesn't look like it's going to happen. I don't know what's going to happen this season, honestly. There's a good chance that we just fucking shit the bed. And now I want to just broach this subject. I heard, what was it? I was listening to the Bill Simmons podcast, and he brought up something very interesting. The Lakers what if the Lakers were interested in trading Anthony Davis? Where would make sense, and what could the Lakers get back in terms of assets and stuff like that from whatever team? And they listed a couple teams, but I'm just gonna say the one that mentioned or that intrigued me the most. And Prez, if you watch this pod, I hope you do. You're gonna like this, I think. Anthony Davis to the Knicks for what? At least 3 first-round picks, a couple pick swaps. You give us Obi Toppin, maybe Mitchell Robinson, and maybe a shooter for Anthony Davis. And then we take those 3 draft picks, because then we would have those 3 draft picks from that Anthony Davis trade, right? We take those 3, and I'm now talking in terms of the Lakers, like what they would do if this happened. So trade Anthony Davis away. Say we get 3 first-round picks, 2 pick swaps, and Obi Toppin, Mitchell Robinson, and a shooter, whatever. Evan Fournier. I think he's on the Knicks. Yeah. So say we do that. Then the Lakers could take those 3 draft picks from the Knicks, turn around and take the 3 or the 27-29 draft picks as well, combine them together, even maybe throw Russ in there. No, fuck Russ. He's not gonna be on the team. I'm talking. This is gonna be at the end of the season. We take all those picks and go trade for Kevin Durant. I'm sorry that I mumbled and said fuck this, and so trade Anthony Davis to the Knicks, 3 first-round picks, couple pick swaps, Obi Toppin, Mitchell Robinson, Evan Fournier. Take the 3 picks we got from the Knicks, take our 27-29 draft picks, and Russell Westbrook, put it all in one package, send it to the Nets. The Nets send us Kevin Durant, and then you have a team with LeBron and Kevin Durant that there's so many ways you can build a team around that. That I am interested in. That is something that I would be absolutely ecstatic for. I would be here for it. I would be the biggest KD stan you'd have ever seen. I would. LeBron and KD on the same fucking team. I don't know if the league would allow that, considering they vetoed the Chris Paul trade to go play with Kobe Bryant. Whatever. That would be fucking awesome. That's all I can say. That's a very big conspiracy. There's about a 99.5% chance that does not happen. But that would be fucking cool. And yeah, so is there any other big basketball points I have to say? I said something about this. I said something about that. I said something about this. I said something about this. Oh, Zion Williamson. For any of you guys who doubted Zion coming back, you're an idiot. It's clear he's so good, dude. I saw a stat he had like 26 points on 6 and 9 shooting, 10 and 12 from the free throw line. Like, that is fucking insane. You can't stop him. Whatever Zion Williamson wants to do when he has the ball, he's gonna do it. And you're either gonna foul him or he's gonna score or both. That's all there is to it. Now, I haven't watched a lot of Zion yet this year, so I can't say much about it. But I fucking love that Pelicans team. I do. I love that Pelicans team, and they're going to be a team that I watch for a very long time, I think. Anything else that I wanted to say? Anything else that I wanted to say? Give me just a sec. What day? Okay. Football. No, okay, whatever. I can't really comment on anything college football. All I can say is that I fucking love watching Alabama lose. Even though Ole Miss lost, I love watching Alabama almost lose. And I think the college football playoff is actually going to be very interesting. It's either going to be very interesting or Georgia's going to win. But that's all I have to say about that. Thank you guys for watching. I apologize that I've been a little spotty posting. I was trying to figure some things out in my head, and my work, whatever, blah, 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 don't care. I know you guys don't care, blah, 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 blah. You just want to hear this part where I will be posting this podcast every Tuesday night and every Friday night. Or, no, every Tuesday morning and every Friday morning is when this podcast will come out. That's every Tuesday morning and every Friday morning. I'm sorry that I said night first. Every Tuesday morning and every Friday morning is when this pod will come out. And I'm going to do a little bit of a style change, whatever. Thank you so much for watching. I'm sorry for the inconsistency. I promise I will be better. Please go follow me on Twitter, Brandon_Beasley. Instagram, Brandon_Beasley. TikTok is Beesman with 3 underscores. Please make sure you go subscribe to Off the Ball Network on YouTube. Make sure you follow Off the Ball Network on Twitter. Make sure you follow them on Instagram. And please go check out our website. We have some great writers on this network, and they are really underappreciated right now. And I think that the fans need to go show them some love. Yeah, go check out everything Off the Ball Network has to offer. Thank you so much. And I'm now reading ads. Thank you to everybody, but also thank you to SeatGeek. SeatGeek is the newest sponsor of Off the Ball Network. And for first-time users, SeatGeek is offering a $20 discount when you use promo code Off the Ball Network in all caps. That's OFFTHEBALLNETWORK, Off the Ball Network in all caps, for your first time use on SeatGeek. Use that promo code, get $20 off. Your next best night ever is waiting, and SeatGeek has the fucking tickets for it, baby. This is also brought to you by FanDuel. New customers of FanDuel, listen up. If you join FanDuel Sportsbook and you make your first deposit with any bet up to $1,000, you will get refunded in free bets if you don't win. Shout out to FanDuel. Shout out to BetUs. Shout out to Sleefs. Shout out to Built Bar. And shout out to all of the sponsors of this podcast and the Off the Ball Network. I love you guys so much. Thank you for watching. Until next time.